Hello everyone, hi. So today we will go through the latest processing numbers which Alberta had announced on 15th of March and a couple of key takeaways from that and what we can look into future. So I will put out a summary of the observations on the right towards the end of the video. So if you want to understand the basic conclusion from this particular video, you can skip to the last section, but let's look into the results that have been declared. So 14th March 2025, the very key and important declaration that happened was Alberta has now announced the allocation of 4875 nominations that have been allocated for Alberta. So Alberta has now allocated these 4875 nomination certificates between its stream. So we will look into that and try and get a sense of it. So 4875 out of 4875, they have already issued 1154 nominations. So more than 20% nominations have already been issued in 2025. Remaining spaces 3721 and applications in hand is 3978. So looks like very less applications are in the queue. So these are the applications these are the numbers who would have submitted their application after receiving ITA. So that's the overall summary. AOS has received the most allocation, in fact more than 50% of allocations for 2025. 803 nominations have been issued, 1789 space remains and 1820 applications to be processed. However, the not so good news is it's pretty backed up. It's backed up till almost June of 2024. Right now we are in March of 25. So it's almost 10 months backed up on the AOS. So that's the not so good news on the AOS. Rural renewal stream. 950 allocations have been given to rural renewal scheme, out of which 173 has been used and 777 remain. The RRS is in fact much more backed up. It's almost more than a year backed up. So I'm making this video on 19th of March, 18th of March, and it's backed up for applicants who are without a work permit, which basically means are outside of the country. 6th March 2024, more than a year backed up for them, and then other people, it's still backed up by more than 10 months. So rural renewal scheme and AOS are pretty much competing for the worst position as far as the backlog is concerned. Tourism and hospitality, not doing so bad. November 27, 2024, so means 3 months backed up. However, it has only allocations of 245 and 16 nominations have been issued. Healthcare pathway. This time, AAIP has announced dedicated healthcare pathway under one big number for both express entry and non-express entry. And total nominations that have been allocated is 500. And this is the most recent pathway. It is only backed up by just over a month, like maybe a month and a half. So they are processing from February 7th, 2025. 500 nominations have been issued and 500 nominations have been allocated and 58 have been issued. And only 121 applications are in queue. So we can clearly see that the number of allocations is much more higher than applications to be processed. Let's see if this trend continues. If they are not able to allocate all these 500 nominations by the end of year, it might go to a different stream. But then we will also see that how many ITAs AIP is issued towards the end of the video. Express entry stream, and the main takeaway for me out of there is that the total allocation limits is 1071 for express entry, and out of this, like 146 have been allocated to tech pathway. So tech pathway, which was the most popular pathway around a couple of years back is now only 146 throughout the year. So the maximum they can issue for 2025 is 146. Obviously this number can change, but I am not expecting this number to change drastically, that it will become 500 or even 1000 by end of the year. Obviously some allocations can happen between these sectors. Law enforcement is not a very big pathway as such, so 20 allocations have been issued and 405 nominations have been allocated to the priority sector, out of which 62 have already been issued. Priority sector is doing good December 19, 2024, and extended pathway is tech pathway is also backed up till June of 2020. So one of the most popular pathways from earlier years, be it accelerated tech pathway, the rural renewal pathway, or the AOS, they are backed up almost by 9-10 months. So that is something that we will have to keep in mind as far as when we are looking at the data. Next, we will look at the worker expression of interest summary, out of which 50,000 people are in the queue for all of the streams, and out of which the most popular stream is still the Alberta opportunity stream. Let's look at the recent draws that happened. On March 6th, the draw happened for a priority sector, aviation. Here the number of invitations issued was 13 and the minimum score was 53. And law enforcement pathway draw was done to 4 people and 48 was the minimum score. Still now, if we look at a summary, dedicated healthcare pathway has received most of the draws of 2025. So as I said, dedicated healthcare pathway is going to be one of the most popular stream in 2025. So let's look at the overall summary. Okay, let me put my summary here and let's look at the summary. Summary number 1 is 1154 nominations have been issued in 2025 till now, which means 23% of the nominations have been already used. Most allocations have been done to AOS, but that's what I said in the earlier section of the video, where 53% of the nominations is allocated to AOS. If we talk about the sectors getting the least allocation, obviously law enforcement pathway is the least allocated pathway, but accelerated tech pathway is dramatically reduced in 2025. Only 3% of the allocation is going to be done to the accelerated tech pathway. 146 nominations only for 2025. As far as timing is concerned, the most current is dedicated healthcare pathway, since they are processing information or the applications received by February 7th of 2025. And apart from that, most of the other streams are backed up till June of 2024, be it accelerated tech pathway, be it rural renewal stream, or be it the Alberta opportunity stream. So that's the summary and the key takeaway from this particular declaration. Let me know what else we want to discuss on this particular subject. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll try my best to answer this question, and if not, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.